Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Borderlands 3 video. Now today, or sorry, yesterday, the brand new DLC, Guns, Love, and Tentacles came out for Borderlands 3, and with it, a new level cap was introduced, all the way up from 54 to 57. So that's going to give us 4 brand new skill points to play around with. So I figured I'd make a quick little video showing you guys where is the best place to allocate those 4 brand new skill points, as well as talk about the brand new builds you can do, because Zane is one of the characters that with these 4 brand new skill points can actually achieve 2 capstones for some really strong builds. So now I will be making a dedicated build video for Zane in the near future. However, I just wanted to put this out really quick, as this is just a quick little, little guide on where to put those skill points. I already made a video like this for Moze, Flak, and Amara, so if you are looking for any of those characters, they are on my channel, and I highly recommend you guys go ahead and give it a watch. But anyway, let's get started with the build. So there's 2 builds that I run on Zane, and that is the Clone Drone as well as the Sentinel Barrier. So I'm going to be going over the Sentinel Barrier first, but both of these builds are relying on the See and Dead class mod. So just keep that in mind while we're going through the spec, but I'm not going to have it on while we're doing the spec just so it's a little bit easier to understand all the levels and everything. So like I said, let's go over the Sentinel Barrier build first, and for this one I'm going to start with the blue tree, which is where Sentinel is located. Now the first skill that we're going to pick up in this tree is Violent Momentum, and a lot of our build is going to be centered around this skill. Now what this skill does is give us more gun damage based on how fast we are moving, so we're going to want to pick up as much movement speed as possible from all of our skill trees. Right in this row, to help with that, we are going to pick up Violent Speed, which is going to give us movement speed every time we get a kill, or in our case, anytime we proxy and dead. I'm also going to recommend that you guys put 5 points into Cool Hand, because we want to be shooting non-stop. We want our downtime to be as little as possible so we can keep shooting people and keep proccing our kills thanks to See and Dead. Do pick up Drone Delivery. This is going to let your drone throw free grenades, and whenever they do, they will be throwing your actual grenade mod. So if you have a Piss Grenade, a Hex Grenade, a Stormfront, all of those will be active whenever he throws it down. And this is also going to proc all of your on-grenade thrown anointments. Because we want our action skills to last as long as possible, you don't really want on-action skill and anointments on your grenades, so I recommend that you get a on-grenade thrown weapon grenade damage and an action skill damage are increased by 25% for 6 seconds. This is definitely going to give you the most benefit. After that, we're going to put 1 point into Salvation, because we are going to do a lot of damage, so the 2% that you see right there is going to be improved primarily by Death Follows Close, but we're just going to be shooting so much and doing so much damage that 2% can quickly heal us up to full after a few shots. Now we do need to invest 2 more points to move down the tree. You can put these wherever you want. I would not recommend putting them here though, this is kind of a waste, so it's more in between Violent Violence and Playing Dirty. I prefer Violent Violence, and that's what I'm going to recommend. But after that, you're going to want to max out Good Misfortune, which is going to give you a lot of uptime on both of your action skills. Speaking of which, we should pick up our action skill augments, which I'm going to recommend you get Bad Dose. This is going to allow your Sentinel to debuff enemies, and it's also going to buff you. It's going to give you move speed, which goes great with Violent Momentum, and it's also going to slow enemies down. For your second augment, I recommend Static Field, because this is going to help keep you alive. So here we regenerate our shield, and here we regenerate our health. So this is going to give you a lot of really good sustain. Now moving on to his green tree, which is where our barrier is located, we're going to pick up 3 points into Hardy Stock, because I like the tankiness that this gives you. The other 2 points, you can use them however you want. I would not recommend putting them into Adrenaline. I'm going to be honest, just put them into Ready for Action, because this is going to give you a little bit more sustainability with your shield stats. And the other skill that I'm going to recommend is definitely Brain Freeze. So if you're using multi-pellet weapons or weapons that shoot very quickly, all of those pellets and all of those shots will have a chance to slow enemies down, all the way up until they are frozen. Now, when they are frozen, obviously they take more damage, and this is also a great way of applying CC. And like I said, we're going to be using a lot of multi-hit weapons, a lot of multi-pellet weapons, rapid-fire weapons, so this is going to happen a lot more often than you think, and it happens so often that you can comfortably and confidently use an Icebreaker artifact if you really want to. The only other skill we're going to pick up in this tree is going to be Confident Competence, which is going to give us 35% more gun damage whenever our shield is active. So that is why I'm going to recommend that you keep Ready for Action on you, as well as Static Field, so you can keep your shield up and you can constantly have Confident Competence active. Now for your barrier augments, I am going to recommend you pick up Charged Relay. This is going to give you a little bit of movement speed and get All-Rounder, so you're protected on every front. Unfortunately, Charged Relay doesn't last for the entire duration of your barrier. So that kind of sucks, and if you don't like that, you can definitely pick up nanites or some shite, but I recommend, and I personally like having charged relay anyway, because it's really good. Now with the remaining 21 points, we're going to go into the red tree and we're going to pick up as much damage as possible. Synchronicity and Donnybrook are probably the two most important ones. This is going to give you 40% gun damage because you're going to have both of your action skills active. And Donnybrook is a kill skill, so whenever you get a kill, you are going to get a shitload of gun damage and health regeneration. If you have a class mod that gives you +5 to Donnybrook, you're going to get 45% more gun damage and 7% of your maximum health regen per second, and this is going to last 15 seconds. This can stack twice as well, by the way, so that 45% is going to become 90% more damage with a +5 Seeing Dead class mod. Almost double damage, so it's pretty insane. Put some points into borrowed time to move down the tree, and also because it is going to give you a lot of action skill duration whenever you have both of them active. So this is going to give you 60% more duration with both of your action skills, which is really, really good. And with your remaining 6 points, you're going to want to put them into Supersonic Man for more juicy move speed. This is going to give you 24% move speed whenever you have both of your action skills active. With your last 3 points, I kind of recommend you put them into Premunitus because, well, this is just good. It's just 25% more magazine. The more we can shoot, the better. We want to constantly be shooting, reloading as little as possible, and reloading as quickly as possible. So yeah, this is the drone barrier build. Now let's go over the clone build. So first off, let's go over the red tree, which is where the digiclone actually is at. And for this one, we're going to want to pick up Synchronicity and Donnybrook once again, because again, they're just amazing skills. Now you are going to want to pick up Fractal Frags. This is going to allow your clone to throw out grenades, which is another avenue of proccing your on grenade thrown annoyance. So this is really strong. You're also going to want to pick up Quick Breather. This is going to allow you to heal your clone. You need to spend some more points to go down the tree. This is how I like to spec them. I like to put 3 points into borrowed time. We're definitely going to want to pick up Old You. This is going to allow you to, revive yourself in a pinch. So it does come in handy quite often. And then you're also going to want to pick up 1 level of Pocket Full of Grenades. So this is a kill skill that regenerates grenades. So we're going to proc this quite often. And since your digiclone is going to be chucking out grenades himself, and we are also going to pick up Boom Enhance. This is going to consume 3 grenades. So you are going to want at least a decent little bit of grenade regen. So definitely pick at least 1 of these levels up. And then boom, spend your skills however the hell you want and pick up Double Barrel. This is going to allow you to specifically choose which gun you want to give to your doppelganger, and it's going to allow you to give it 25% extra gun damage. Now as for your augments for your clone, I am going to recommend that you use Schadenfreude and you use Which One's Real for mobbing. However, for bossing, you're going to want Doppelbanger. Now the reason for that is because we are going to go all the way down to his blue tree and pick up C in red. Now this is going to allow you to have a on-demand button of when you want your action skills. Now this is important because we can pair this up with the Infiltrator comm for bossing. Some bosses have a really annoying immunity phases, and this is just going to allow you to kill your clone whenever you want to and reproc him very, very shortly after, so you can constantly have control of when you want your kill skill buffs. So anyway, let's move down the tree. Let's pick up Sentinel before I forget. And you're going to want basically the same skills as the other build. Nothing really changes there in that department. The principles stay the same, except that I am going to recommend you put 4 points into Playing Dirty to move down the tree, because this is going to give you a 50% chance of your shots having an extra projectile, and a lot of bossing weapons like the Cutsman and the Lob are single projectile weapons, so this is going to benefit those weapons quite a lot. And then finally, you're going to want to pick up C in red, and with your last 3 points, you can toss them wherever you want. I just recommend putting them into Hardy stock. Okay, so I accidentally unequipped my action skill augments, but again, the augments for the Sentinel are going to be the same that I recommended for the other build, Bad Dose and Static Field. Those are just the best in my opinion and the comfiest ones, so that's what I am going to recommend. Anyway guys, those are the builds for Zane. Like I said, I will have a dedicated build video with some of the brand new gear from the DLC. I just wanted to put this out quickly for you guys before Long Pass, so you know how to level up your Zane if you are playing him. So yeah, like I said, I have a video for all the characters, so if you haven't seen them, be sure to check them out. If you play Amara, Flak, or Mose, they are on my channel. Alright, that's going to be it for me guys. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos. I worked really hard to get them out for you guys, so I really hope you enjoy them, and if you did, be sure to drop a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.